What's up? What's up, everybody? Hilton here again. It is Thursday, September 29th, 3:56 p.m. Just in case I need an alibi. You know, as a black male, it never hurts to have one. I want to discuss a giant plot hole that I found in the movie Kill Bill, Volume 1. First off, Kill Bill Volume 1, if you don't know, because you probably live under a rock, is this movie right here. Written, directed by Quentin Tarantino, who is just amazing. He's the man when it comes to writing, directing, anything, which you should already know as common knowledge. And I'm basically telling you stuff you already know. Now, a plot hole, if you don't know, which means you probably don't know anything. Plot hole is something not logical in a movie that, you know, kind of makes a movie lose its credibility, which doesn't really matter because it's a movie anyway, and anything can happen in a movie. But there is a pretty critical plot hole that I want to discuss in this film. It's earlier on in the movie. I don't want to go through the whole process of explaining the movie because most of you who have seen the title, giant plot hole in Kill Bill, have probably already seen it. And my whole thing is, the first time I watched this movie, I noticed this, and whenever I talk about this with my friends and family, none of them have ever noticed until I pointed it out to them. So I figure, what better way to see if there's anyone else who knows about this than asking YouTube or Facebook, whatever I decide to post this on. Now, earlier on in the movie, it's she wakes up from, I'm talking about the hospital scene. She wakes up from her little coma type deal or whatever. 4 years later, she's crying, her baby's gone. Bleh. And then, she hears voices coming, so her instinct just goes, play dead. She comes in, the two guys come in there, it's Buck, I came to fuck guy. He comes in there, and then it's that other guy from Waterboy with the weird eyes. They both come in, and they start talking, and you gather that, this guy pretty much sells this chick's body for sex. Just classic scenario. So, he leaves, he tells her the rules, yeah, she spits, yeah, feel free to come in here, blah, blah, blah. All that shit. He leaves, fucked up eyes guys, climbs on tops, he gets his bottom lip ripped off. If you haven't seen the movie and you're watching this, I don't feel bad for spoiling it for you. You're dumb. Gets his bottom lip ripped off. He's, I guess, passes out from shock, or I don't know, maybe she cracked his, I don't know what happened to the guy. He's on the floor, blood. You assume he's either dead or passed out. She tries to leave. She falls on the ground. She can't move, atrophy. Her legs don't work. They're probably like filled with pus and, the worms and tails and puppy dog tails. Who knows? She's crawling away, which I assume takes her like 45 minutes because, fucking Buckfuck comes by and he's, back already. He comes in the room. She's managed to like maneuver herself behind the door. She's Uma Thurman. With a little scalpel, I guess she pulled from, some random desk or gurney or whatever. Slices the dude Achilles. Yeah, down goes Buckfuck. But he's on the ground. She's pounding his head in with the door after, asking him, where's the bell? Where's the bell? Boom, boom. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And obviously he doesn't. And then boom, she remembers all the time that he's raped her and probably has had other guys raped her or whatever. So she crushes his head, kills him. Or he passes, who knows, he dies, passes out, whatever. I assume he died because the hits to that dude's head were pretty effing hard. So she finds herself some scrubs. She puts them on, finds herself a wheelchair, jumps into that, and she takes his keys. You notice on his keys that there's a big ass fucking keychain that says Pussy Wagon on it. So she takes the wheelchair, she goes to the parking garage, but what do you know, there's a big ass colorful truck that also has Pussy Wagon on it. So she looks at the keychain, she looks at the truck, and so she gets in the truck, and she's in there, she starts this whole, wiggle your big toe thing to try to will herself out of atrophy. Which she eventually does 13 some odd hours later. Now here's the rub. She spent 13 hours in that truck, right? I mean, it says like 13 hours or 13 and a half. I don't know, somewhere around that. In 13 hours, nobody has found Buck or, missing Lip Guy's body. And furthermore, upon finding it's been 13 hours, it's a hospital. Upon finding their bodies, seemed like someone would realize that, chick who's been in the coma for 4 years is now missing from her bed. Even furthermore, Buck, who I assume is known by everybody, I'm Buck and I came to Pussy Wagon. I mean, who doesn't see that when he drives into work every day? If anyone has checked his body, they should notice that his keys are missing. So take all that information and put it together. This chick spends 13 hours in his truck unattended, and like no one has found her. No alarms go off. No like police. Like that seems like a giant plot hole to me. Maybe I'm just overthinking. I'm a very over-analytical person, so maybe I'm overthinking it. But it's 13 hours. They're in hospitals, a very public place. People are going to be going in and out of there. And there were other people in the beds. At least I think there were. I haven't seen the movie in a while. But there were other people in the beds, so I imagine there had to be nurses coming in there every once in a while, checking on them, replacing bedpans, feeding them. I mean, there's blood everywhere. Guy's missing a lip. Guy's fucking blunt head trauma. And no alarm. No, like, hey, that Arlene Machiavelli or whatever the fuck her name was, she's missing. She's been in a coma for 4 years, and now she's gone. Hey, Buck's dead. Hey, his keys are missing. Maybe we should go check his truck. Oh no, we'll give it 13 hours before we actually go down there. Which was exactly enough time she needed. She willed herself out of atrophy. And steals his truck. Which is another plot hole, because she drives around with that truck for a while. And like no APBs out, no police. Or I mean, come on, like, we are on a look for a giant truck that says Pussy Wagon on it. Find it. And I guess the cops were like, fuck, how the fuck are we going to find that? I give up. Like, I don't know, it seems like a giant hole to me. And whenever I said this to my friends or family members who saw the movie, they were just like, you know what, that's a good point. I've never noticed that before. And I can't be the only person who noticed that. I mean, come on. I mean, it just doesn't seem to make sense to me. That's just me. What do you think?